Good morning, everybody. I'm nowhere near ready this morning. Not got chat ready, not got anything ready this morning. So you're just going to have to bear with me. For some reason, my monitor isn't on. Just bear me 2 ticks, guys. My chat monitor doesn't seem to want to work today. So I can't see chat. That's no good, is it? Can't see chat. Definitely no good. Definitely no good. So I will say good mornings to people in a tick, but like I said, I'm not too sure why my... Do you know what I'm going to do? Just get another USB cable. Oh, now come up. There we go. Now come up. So we will just sling YouTube chat up there, because I think it was on a different one. Yeah, we were. So good morning, everybody. So we will just make sure we are live. Woohoo! And I believe that we are. And go there. Yep, we are live. 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 So hello, everybody. There was something I was going to look at this morning. Can I remember what it is? Can I blink an egg? Now we'll see how it goes anyway, because I had a bit of a nightmare with OBS yesterday. That it was playing up a little bit. That it wasn't doing what it should do, and a few bits were off and not working right. So yeah, not too sure why that was that. Morning, Chris. You are first, Chris. It is Chris, isn't it? 8-bit. Yeah. Morning, 8-bit. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. You are first today. We've got a controller today to do. Mixed it up a little bit today. So yeah, it was a very short notice stream. I'm sat in my office thinking it's a bit cold this morning. I've got a laptop, a desktop, and a controller to browse and look at. So I would thought. Oh wait, there you put an emoji. Is that a ninja emoji? I don't know. Is it a ninja emoji? Not too sure there. So I thought I would. There's only me and you, Chris. Let's just talk. Let's just hang out. Let's just talk. Let's have a beer. Let's chat. There we go. I don't know where everyone is this morning. What day is it today? Is it Thursday? You know why? You know where everybody is, don't you? They're all laid in bed with a hot cup of cocoa, thinking it's too cold to get out of bed this morning. It's only us brave souls which have managed to do that. Phil, you just missed it, Phil, by a matter of seconds. So close. So close, but no cigar. Morning, Phil. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How the devil are you? Hope you're doing well. I just need to drag something over to this screen over here. I changed quite a bit on my OBS stuff yesterday. To start, I need to put that one at that side. To start kind of, I won't say mixing it up, but just changing how my OBS looks on screen, because I was having some, not issues, but it just wasn't kind of doing what I wanted it to do with chat and with cameras and whatnot. And I've actually changed. Got somebody here now. I might just have to mute in a couple of ticks, guys. Sorry. I'm expecting a couple of drop-offs this morning. So I will mute as they come to the door. Right, they're just coming to the door now. So I'm going to pop you on mute for 2 ticks, guys. I'll get this and then I'll be back. Sorry guys, a little bit longer. Oh, we've got a data recovery and a PC not turning on and overheating. So yeah, I've only got 3 people in, so I do apologise for that, guys. Let's say some hellos, because we have had people coming in and out. Sorry, Monkey Run 82. I do apologise if you joined during the bit where nobody was talking really, apart from chat. I really do apologise, obviously, for copyright reasons or customer protection and all that. I have to mute, so really do apologise. Phil, morning James, good morning, morning Grass Puddle, hello. He's always getting interesting faults. I've definitely got some interesting faults. I have no faults on mine, but I like to pick up knowledge. Yeah, Monkey Run, if you are still about, welcome. Don't think our paths have crossed. So yeah, I do probably about 30 jobs on a busy week, so certainly plenty of stuff to choose from, and I try and go as live as many times as I possibly can, depending on the week and depending on the jobs which are in. So hello, and again I apologise if you came in at the wrong point, but hey, we will get somewhere. It's all good, customers come first, as it should be. Yeah, sorry about that. It's just to protect their identity. As you can see, my office is right next to my front door. I work from home. So it's just, I just try and put it on mute. Plus chat, because we've got a lot of sound commands, generally tries to trick me up with a few sound commands. So if you put exclamation CMD, exclamation command CMD, you will see the whole host. The one they normally do is exclamation ship, which is really nice, but it calls me a little ship from our very good friend at Swindon Electronic Repairs, Andy. Anyway, chat, I want to ask a question. I know there's only 4 people in. I'm going to leave this question until we've got a couple more people in. There we go. If you just put exclamation in front of any of those words which have popped up, you will get one. And some of them are 2 words, like oh no, which is actually 1 command. But hey, the exclamation ship is the
PCDD, you little shit.
There we go. There we go. Thanks, Phil. I do try and accommodate with people as well on when they want one. We don't want to do that. Do you know what? I went to doctors yesterday for a healthy heart checkup because I had a heart attack. I've had 2 heart attacks and a stroke. So they've just sent me an appointment. You know, you say you can't get an appointment at doctors. They've just sent me a text message to say we've made another appointment for the 8th of December 2026. Am I really that stupid that it's a year away or nigh on a year away? 8th of December 2026. They've made a follow-up appointment. What? Anyway, we won't go there. So yes, we have Mookie. Morning, Mookie. Oh God, my fingers are freezing. I'm going to put my heater on this morning, gents, and then I will try and calm down a little bit. I've got a few bits and bobs in. I'm only going to do a morning stream today for most things on here because oh, I didn't realise I could do that. That's it. I know, ages away. Tell me about it. Well, I didn't know I could do that. But anyway, so I've been playing around with OBS. I've actually changed my OBS. If I just go to microscope, you will see now I've got a thermal camera permanently on the microscope. Can you see it on right hand side on here? So we've got microscope. Oh, look at the dodgy nail. So we've got a microscope on. Sorry, not a microscope. A thermal camera permanently fixed now to the microscope. I've actually put it. See if I can show it in shot. It's I've mounted it. Can you just see here? Kind of. It's mounted under here now, under my light. I can't remember what that was called, you know, when it's a bad morning. I've mounted it under here, and I was doing that yesterday because I saw Uncle Soren's, and I just thought I quite like that, having a microscope and a thermal camera on at the same time. So yeah, I did that. and it's a cracking. I mean, it's not me expensive one, obviously. I use that still handheld, but it's that little Thermal Master P1, which I will say is a brilliant one. It's a brilliant one. Does it need turning 90 degrees? Oh, the thermal camera. I don't know. In fairness, I didn't look at that. In fairness, Phil. If I come in front and bottom, it does. Yeah. I think I can do that in OBS, can't I? I think I can do that in OBS. Oh, so excuse me. I don't really use OBS. Is it transform, and is it flip anti-clockwise 90 degrees? That's it. Coming in front bottom. Yep, you are absolutely spot on, Phil. Good call. And I can actually make it a bit bigger now. There we go. Has that done it on everything? Let me just flip that 90 degrees as well. Anti-clockwise. Move that to there. I kind of rushed to get it done yesterday. That is not on that one. Recording view and flip 90 degrees. Just stick that there for the time being. TV alerts and thermal camera comparison. Yeah, that one needs flipping as well. Transform, flip 90 degrees. Haha, we have. Oops. I know seeing is wrong. Sorry, guys. I'm just moving the cameras about at the moment. So yeah, so it should. You can see this one's only going to be used for when I'm under microscope. When I'm under microscope, that we can see board obviously with the microscope, and we can see thermal imaging like Uncle Soren does. I thought it might be a good idea, and then I can always use my handheld for different bits and bobs, because I've got that P1, which is an amazing camera. There's a link in my description if you want to know what that is, guys. There's a 10% discount voucher on anything from Thermal Master. Any camera from Thermal Master in the description. So if you are thinking of any of the thermal cameras, that'll give you 10% off anything what they do. So that's a good little thing. That just click on it and follow the link, and it'll do that. And they give me a little bit of a kickback as well. I think I earn about $4 or $5 from that. So I'm not going to hide it from you guys. They do pay me, but it's a cracking little camera, as you can see from that. So we will have a look and see how that goes. But anyway, I was, you had to cut down a GPU bracket the other day. I've never cut down a GPU bracket. Do you mean the actual bracket which goes onto I/O at the back, where the ports come out? They are tough things. I used an angle grinder once to trim one down, but that was just cutting a piece off. As my PC is a small form factor, the GPU came with full height bracket. That explains that question, which I should have really read. Jumped in straight in there, didn't I? Yeah, small form factors. Yeah, they're not always the best. How do you do for cooling on that monkey? Does it cool okay? Because I've worked on several small form factor PCs from very tiny to slightly bigger, because obviously there's a variation what people call small, so some of the people might have a small one, some people might have a big one. I personally have got a medium-sized one. I'm like three bears. I've got a medium-sized one, which is just right. So yeah, I have worked on a couple which are that cramped inside. There's just no airflow. That's normally when they've built them themselves. So it's just a case of tidying things up and moving cabling around. But yeah, I do like small form factor. They're just a bit tricky. So this morning, gents, we have. It's not a PS controller, it's a PS copy controller. It might even be a PS controller. Can't remember. It's a pre-built HP 830. Ooh, very nice. Very, very, very nice. I think one of the worst ones I worked on was a HP system. And it was a cylindrical one. Sorry. So it was obviously a cylinder, like round, and stood about 50 centimeters tall. So probably about 2 foot tall. And it was probably, I don't know, 6 or 8. I think it was an Alienware actually, not a HP. I can't remember. An Omen. It might have been a HP Omen. So it was about yay thick. If you can see, can't get my camera things right. About yay thick on there, which is probably a small dinner plate, very small dinner plate in diameter, and about 50 centimeters high. And it had a 2080 Ti in it, so it was a juicy card. I've adapted it, and his hard drive had gone, but you had to start at the top and work all your way to the bottom. The hard drive was at the bottom, but it was so compact inside, and I mean so compact. It was quite unbelievable, but hey, that's what it is. So yeah, today we're gonna do that one. That just needs a refresh on the battery. What sort of adaptations have you done to it, Monkey? We've got this one, which it's got a software issue on that one, so we're going to do a bit of testing on that one. That one is saying, I think it might be a drive issue on that one, because this one has an issue with odd things going wrong with it. Odd things. 3rd gen i5, Windows 11, 32 gig. Ooh, 32 gig of RAM, that's worth a fortune today. 3 terabytes of hard drives in it. See, you're packing some equipment in there, aren't you? With that. Like a really nice system, that. Really nice system. How big is it physically? Is it a big, small form factor? Is it a tiny? Because obviously small form factors come in all different shapes and sizes from that sort of size. I give one away on stream not long back to I Squish Worms. He had it, and it was about yay big, which was probably about 5 centimeters across, by about 3 centimeters high. We repaired that on stream, and then I give it away to one of the members or one of the people on stream at the time. But you can get small form factor ones which are considerably bigger. But yeah. Yeah, this one's got a power shoe. But what I was going to ask was, I have never seen this before in my life, so I'm going to zoom down to this. Has anybody ever seen a power adapter like that? So it looks nigh on exactly the same as a USB, apart from it's got a little bit. It's a Lenovo, this, by the way. Morning, Andy. I thought you might be able to... Oh no, school run's finished by now. Morning, Andy. I'm only jumping on until mid-morning, Andy. About the size of a big laptop with about 2.5 inch of height. Oh, right, okay. Morning, Tom. Morning, Grumpy. Is it Grumpy? Yeah, morning, Tom. Morning, Tom. I've seen one of them. Yeah, I've never seen one, Phil. Never seen one. Customer dropped it off yesterday and went, it's a Lenovo. I went, I don't need charger. Because, like us all, we've got all sorts of things. And then he showed me charger, and I'm like, do you know what? I've never seen one of them. In 30 years of being in IT, never seen a charger like that. So I am so glad that I took the charger off him. And it just, I mean, that's USB, and that's the power. As you can see, it's just a tad different with cutout up there. So I would imagine maybe a standard, I didn't even try it, maybe a standard USB will go in the hole, and it doubles up as a conventional USB socket. I don't know, but I just thought, I bet that's why they've done it actually. Yeah, so you can still use it. That's not a bad idea actually. It's a bit of a USB-C scenario, isn't it, where you can use it as a USB socket, so they're utilising that, but that one is just dedicated power, because this will predate. Yeah, it's got no USB-C, so it'll predate the USB-C really being commonplace. So, yeah, probably a good idea, but yeah, typical Lenovo, isn't it? Typical Lenovo. Yeah, it did. Weird configuration. Very, very, very strange. But hey, every day's a school day, isn't it? We never stop learning. Never stop learning. That sounds like a 4-inch Nook size from Form Factor that you gave away. Yeah, it's probably. I've got a couple of things on there, but yeah, probably about that size, isn't it? I would have thought, or I don't know, something like that. I'm not very good on sizes. I think I was watching was watching Joey yesterday, and he said that's about a centimetre. I thought, well, if that's about a centimetre, I'm in trouble, because I think that's about a centimetre, not that. I'm certainly in trouble if that were about a centimetre. But yeah, it is that. So we're gonna have a look at that one. Also I've got a really from a fellow streamer.
Yeah, got a little.
Got a little tiny one. Got a little tiny one. Got a really nice all white gaming PC in 4080, and it's a 14th gen 14900K 64 gig of RAM, and she's a streamer on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. She's a gaming streamer. So I started the diagnostic on it last night. That's been to a couple of shops, I think, already. It's got random shutdowns. So I put it through quite a lot of stress testing, heavy stress testing last night after speaking with her, and done it from hot, done it from cold, and so on, and everything else. Stress tested everything. Can't actually get it to fail. Can't get it to fail at all. But what it's doing is I can't even get it to fail in the scenario that she said, which is when it's running OBS. Even if OBS isn't streaming, if it's running OBS and just sat in the background, it will turn off and fail. I can't get it to happen at all. So I'm really puzzling what that is. So I'm going to do some more testing on that today. It's just over a year old, so it's a nice new system on that. Not dirt inside, no heat build up, nothing was showing up on thermal camera. All voltages were nice and stable. Even when we were pushing it, there was no big ripple on voltages or current. So everything were really kind of as it should be. Give them an inch and take a mile. They do, Mookie. They do. So I've got that one as well to look at, and I've just had another couple to drop off as well. This one's just been dropped off this morning. That's overheating, so we're going to strip that down. We might do that one first, actually. Strip that one down on stream. Have a look at that. Clean it all out, strip it down, check it with thermals and everything, and we've got a data recovery there as well on what feels like a portable hard drive. I don't know what type of hard drive it is as yet. It's a Western Digital, so yeah, might just need to see what the issue with this drive is. They said it's clicking, so I think it's probably the head which might be stuck, but we'll have a look. I have spoken to her that if that's the case, it might not be recoverable, but obviously we'll spend some time. We'll try and get that. We'll check the board and things like that on that one as well. So yeah, I think I'll do the MSI first because it's quite fancy. Get my hands into some components rather than software first thing this morning. While I warm up. This one here from yesterday, just to give you an update, guys. That one yesterday, which was the Dell. If you were about for the Dell, that was the one where the chipset, which was under here, we thought was overheating. I did some more checking on that last night, and it is definitely the chipset. I had thermal camera on it, in the bottom left-hand corner at chipset. It's peaking to about 80 degrees and shutting out at 80 degrees, where rest at chipset is relatively cool compared to that. Faulty power switch, all right. I had a friend who had a PC built by someone and would randomly shut down. Traced it to a faulty power switch as he kept his old case, the only component no one else changed. Yeah, I mean, I was saying on stream yesterday, I had somebody ring up and say they'd ordered a new power switch because the PC weren't turning on. I've only ever fitted 2 power switches in my entire career, so not really fitted that many. So it's, but I think somebody else was saying they had a 600 ohm resistance on a power switch, which was causing it to go off. So yeah. Sorry, Phil, I miss yours. I was always told 1 centimetre width of your little fingernail. Yeah, probably not too far off there, isn't it? I mean, mine's probably a little bit. I would say probably my index finger on mine. Yeah, rather than my little finger, because my little I mean, I only use that when I'm drinking tea or making a phone call. Same when you're doing that. So yeah, that one, spoke to the customer. It's his. We think it's his chipset. I am going to speak to him again today when he comes, and just see. See, because I'm just. Do you know what I was thinking yesterday with that one? Is obviously we did quite a lot of diagnostics on that, and we decided it was going to be the chipset which is at fault because the heat issue and things like that. I'm just thinking whether if it's a component which is obviously heat sinked onto the back and been really running hot because you use it for photo editing and things like that, so PC's getting red hot, and it's an aluminium case and heat sinked on there, whether it's a cracked solder ball on one of BGA things, and whether reflowing it might just work. Might work, but I can't see it. But do you know if it's only ever going to go in bin because it's not working? It might be worth just attempting a reflow on that. So I am going to speak to him when he comes today. I'll take his hard drive out because I fitted a hard drive in it before Christmas, and then this is a different fault which has come up. So I'm going to speak to him when he comes, because I've done quite a few different jobs for him before on that. So we've got the MSI, we've got the gaming PC to have a look at as well, maybe do some more diagnostics and tests, but I know they're a bit boring for streams. I've got another one sat up there. I don't know if you can just see the bag up there. That's having a new hard drive and a fresh install of Windows. Those up there, you can't even see a bit further up. The one there, which is the old Sony from, I don't know, 1961, I think, or something like that. I think Babbage invented it. That one, customers needs it for his PCEMI slot. So he's got himself he's bought himself a PCEMI memory card reader. He was telling me yesterday, but I told him not to get that. I told him to get a USB to memory card reader, so I don't know what he's bought. But he's decided not to spend any money on that after I said to him, look, spending £100 on a computer which intrinsically is not worth anything for something else to fail, because it's about 25-year-old, that machine, probably isn't the best thing. So he agreed with me, but he is dropping a third one off. I did the other one yesterday, which was cloning his desktop hard drive. Put him a new hard drive in, put a SATA in that, because that was SATA, that one up there's IDE. Put him a new SATA drive in, cloned his XP off his old one, put it in that one, got it up and running, jobs a fish. Apart from having to find a few drivers because he didn't have all his drivers installed. You forget how awkward Windows XP is. It's just not a good operating system once you're used to modern stuff. Brilliant in its day, and still holds a fan favourite for many, but yeah, it was just a bit awkward just trying to find drivers. And then you've got to copy them onto USB, and then USBs don't natively work with XP as well. And we've all experienced that. Eventually, I'm hoping to do that to this, make it a full desktop. Oh, that'll be interesting if you do a full desktop. You should be. I mean, if you're thinking of putting it into a bigger case as well, you should be able to borrow a couple of your bits out there anyway. Depending what it's got in it and depending on the components. Any blue screens on that SP as you worked in it? I didn't get not one blue screen. I cloned his disk across, and remarkably, and this really surprised me, I don't know why it surprised me too much, his Wi-Fi card on it came up and it was searching for network. It's only 2.4, and because he uses it on the internet as well. So I didn't need a graphics driver because I had to change his graphics card as well. Unfortunately, I had something which had fit, because it is an old system as well. So other than graphics card, I had to go on the internet just to get it from Nvidia's website. It was a 710 I put in it, GTX 710, and what came out was that one, which is it's an HP card. This from HP, even though it's not an HP computer. HP 518. No idea what it is, but it's that's what basically came out. And what it was doing, it was artifacting on screen even on Windows XP logo when it was booting, and then locking up and freezing. So I would imagine it's probably a capacitor issue, because I think I, several years ago, changed one at caps on it for him. I can tell I did. I must have took it out with a power supply because it had goop on the side at capacitor, if you can see it, brown capacitor there. So I think I've worked on this card in the past and traced it down to that faulty cap. But I think it's either one of his memory chips artifacting. It's probably his memory chip, or maybe one of the other caps as well. But I just thought, I've got a stack. I must have 40 graphics cards. I'll just put another graphics card in. So that's what I did. Put drivers on, and it worked. But yeah, not one blue screen of death, which yeah, I was really pleased with. On drives, yeah. just didn't crash. But yeah, the only issue I could find was trying to get on internet is not the easiest, because Internet Explorer, because it's before Microsoft Edge, and Internet Explorer obviously won't connect because it just says please update your browser. So it had Google Chrome on it, which kept throwing an error up. So I had to use a portable version of Google Chrome, which I had on a memory stick, hence why I had to install drivers off memory stick. And yeah, went on with Google Chrome just to get the drivers to do that. I have the Nvidia GT 734 gigabyte. No, not very good card, but it cost me 10. Yeah, do you know what? Most of them, you probably can't see on camera, but most of them I've got a couple of drawers full of older cards. I keep them for testing because they're not worth anything, and I just keep them for testing and doing all that on. I just gave someone an old Core 2 Duo Mac Mini rather than ran their boot camp XP easier than an actual PC. Yeah. Do you know what? I've got an old Core 2 Duo Mac Mini as well myself, and I keep meaning to do something with it because I bought it new, and I used to use it as a media server years ago. I'm talking, crikey, 20 years ago. It's one of the original Mac Minis, I think. So I used to use that as a media server under TV, and it's still. I've got the box and everything for it. It's actually sat up on a shelf up here. Again, you can't see, but it is sat up there. Oh, it's there. You can actually just. I'm not going to dig it out because it's. And I occasionally turn it on. But yeah, that's my Mac Mini. But I think I upgraded the RAM and maybe the hard drive in it at some point, but I never use it at all. And it's one of those, if I'd have sold it probably 5-6 years ago, I'd have probably got some money for it, but now it's absolutely worthless. I can't even screw it back on it. Where are my clips? Stick that back on there under my accumulation of AMD standard heat sinks that I have got. If anybody wants a blinking heatsink for an AMD CPU, I have got so many. So many. I just gave some. Oh, I've done that one. They've gone up in price. Yours is newer. Mine was old. Oh, it was the old power brick one. Mine's internal on that one. Yeah. I just never use it. I gave away a couple of Macs before Christmas as well. I give what was it now? A 26-inch iMac away. That me and James actually at JFix tried to do power supply repair on. Power supply's there. And then anybody who was watching the stream, we ordered a IC for it because we identified it as an IC. And I changed the IC on this and it still didn't work. So I just said to who I gave it to, it needs a power supply. His son wanted to have a go at it. So we ordered a power supply, I think £13 he paid for the power supply, found one on eBay, put it in, and he's put Mac OS on it and he's managed to update it to something like, oh God, what's that? Not the very latest, I think it's 2 back, I can't remember what it's called now. He's updated it to that with a bit of Magic and also put Linux on it and a version of Windows. So he's got 3 OSs running on it as well, because he's studying computer programming or something at university or college. And I've also given him a MacBook Pro as well, which I had. So rather than it gathering dust on shelf, I'd rather somebody get some use out of it. But I've given a couple of bits away to people on stream as well. I bought the newer one with the DVD drive similar to yours, as I wanted to boot camp Windows 7 to reset my old iPad. Oh right, iPod. Old iPods, crikey. Them iPods are worth a few bit. I've got a special edition iPod, a Mercedes one, a black Mercedes one, and it's the iPod. It's got a screen on it, but it's not very wide. It's about 1 inch and a bit wide by about 3 inches high. But it's a special limited edition Mercedes one. It's all black with Mert logo on back. I won it, and I've got that kicking around somewhere. But because they don't make them anymore, I think something like that in decent condition. I did use mine, but in decent condition, it's probably going to be worth some money in years to come. But anyway, we will get on with this one. So we're gonna see. I'm just get my power supply turned on because we will need. Beep. We will need a little bit of power, and we will get it displayed on screen, which is that one there. Click on COM port 5 and connect. Come on, we are at 21 volts. We don't need to be at 21 volts. We want to be at 19.5. So I'm just going to knock it down. We should have on here. We'll go to that one there. We should have the power supply in the top right hand corner of screen now. I'm just going to take this down to not 11 volts. Clicked on the wrong one. The only downside about this power supply is you can't change it on unit. You've got to change it all in software once you get going. So it is a bit of a pain, and I'm just going to knock my current. Won't need any more than. Oh no, that's 0. We need more than 0 amps. Knock it back to 7.5 amps. So we are at. If I just turn it on, we are set at 19.5 volts, there or thereabouts, 19.53, and I've capped it at 7.5 amps on there too. So what we'll do, I think it's the Mini rather than the Nano, because I don't think the Nano had a screen on it, Monkey. I think because I was thinking Nano, but I don't think the Nano actually had a screen on it. Yeah, Linux it's a bit of a beast, is Linux. I have used it. I tend to follow online guides when I do Linux. It's just I'm point and click me. I'm a bit long in the tooth. I did some programming when I was when I was under 10, about 7 or 8 year old. I wrote a couple of games and odd little pieces of software which I got into IT or computers, and then I did a little bit at college when I did a micro electrical engineering course, HND in electrical engineering, micro electrical engineering, and we learnt C and C++ back then. But that was when I was in my very early 20s. And I will say, I am no longer in my very early 20s. I know I probably still look it, but I am not. The old iPods were managed via iTunes. New iTunes won't reset them. I don't like iTunes anyway. It's the spawn of Satan. I will not entertain it at all. I won't even put it on my computer. It is a horrible, horrible, horrible piece of software. Despise it with a passion. Despise it with a passion. Morning chill. Good morning chill. Morning chill, morning chill, morning chill. Hope you're doing well, sir. Hope you're doing well. Don't normally catch you on an early morning like this. Hope you're doing fine. Okay, I'm going to use this. Anyone caught my stream the other day? I used this for the first time, and I am finding it brilliant. And it's a laptop detection cable tool from our friends in the galaxy far away. And it's a Jab UO UD1700. Have a look. But what it enables you to do, do you know when you've got a charge ID pin, like you get on Lenovo, for example, which obviously tells the computer you've got a genuine charger. some computers won't work without that. So what this does, it emulates the different makes. So you can select HP, Dell, or Lenovo. I know this is a MSI or an ISW if you look at it upside down. So I will just put it onto 0, so it'll be bypassing it. But what the other side will let you do is then select what wattage of adapter you are doing. So let's say like the one we were doing the other day was a Dell and it needed a... Oh, Andy, you've got more car issues. Oh no. Oh no, exclamation, oh no. That's not good. You're not stranded, are you, Andy? You're back home though. Just why Andy's responded. Yeah, so like we did one the other day, which was the Dell, and it needed I think it had a 160 charge or something with it. So we put it on 180, and it just, the Dell thought it had a proper Dell charger in. So you can do the same. So it will work. Obviously, HP are a little bit different on how they do it, because it's a voltage to the center pin, which denotes the amount of current that the laptop thinks the charger's got. I think Lenovo works off resistance, and I don't know how Dell works, can't remember. But it's a nice thing as well, and you've got USB-C on it, and also you can plug Apple products into it as well, like Macs and so on. So we're good on that. But the reason why I'm using it today is, one, it's got really nice power clips for my power supply, which I still need to get rigged up properly. Put that in there and put that in there. I'm just going to turn my supply into the off position whilst into the off position, because I don't want it on yet. We will connect this up, input 20 volts there. Oh dear. But it won't play music now. Plays 2 seconds before woman's voice comes on, tells you the artist name, then track skips the next tune and does the same. Oh no, that's Apple for obsoleting things. Found this live stream in my feed. Oh my, I was going to say oh my god cat, but it's Omega Cat official. Nice to meet you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, hello, hello. Always nice to have a new follower, new subscriber, new like, whatever you are. But hey, welcome, join us. We have got a few bits on today. Interesting things. I do stream several times, or try and stream several times a week for anybody who watches, and the occasional VOD. But I like live streaming because it's that. I do this for a living, so I get a multitude of different things in. Some things are boring, like reinstallation of Windows, but we take the rough with the smooth, and I tend not to stream those. I tend to stream when I've got this. So welcome, Amiga Cat. Very friendly chat. If you want to fun with any of these sounds, just put exclamation CMD, and it'll give you a whole list of different sound effects you can abuse me by. Tom's hit the nail on the head there. Forward me is found on rubbish dumps. Is that a bit like Fiat, which means fix it again tomorrow? That's what I always got told Fiat stood for. Fix it again tomorrow. Yeah, just the rear door link has rear drop link has snapped. Very common, and was an advisor on the MOT. I've changed them before. It's because of my stiff suspension. I don't even know what a drop link does. Is that something to do with suspension? I'm not mechanically minded at all. Sounds like you've got a real stiff one, Andy. In this cold weather, if he's got a stiff one, his rubber's a little bit stiff. Stiff suspension with British potholes, yes, great. I've got a my car is a Mini, and it's the John Cooper Works wheels and everything on it, and this suspension is an absolute killer. I'll tell you that now. I can soften them, but it's hard. I don't want air suspension with it. You need more than air suspension. Just found as well. Interesting power supply. Would like to find one of those. Oh, this one here. Well, the power supply itself, if you're referring to two things which you can see up here on screen, Donald, is that's the Ridden 630 Max, 6030 Max. So it's a 60 volt, 30 amp power supply. I did show it in one of my live streams when I unboxed it. I do intend on doing a full review on it anyway, because it only came just before Christmas. So really, really nice power supply. And it's all controllable off software and obviously on OBS and whatnot. But yeah, this thing, these are quite expensive. I did open this on stream. It's only, I think, the second time I've used it on stream. So I've just kicked the, just let me turn my power supply on. which you've got to do with that. But as you can see, it's got a little current and voltmeter on it as well. I'm not too sure whether it's flashing on the screen, but obviously it don't flash in real life, as we all know. So we can see what voltage I've set, and it will give us a current draw. But as I say, it will emulate the thing. If you want a very, very, very good review on this, check out JFix, JFIXX on YouTube. He does a full in-depth review. If you want to see reviews on anything, James is wonderful. He's amazing. Check out JFix's channel. If you don't know who he is, search for him, subscribe to him, hit that subscribe on James's channel. He does. He's so much better than me at reviewing. But I got it off James because I know James as well. I got the idea off James. The only downside is, there we go, James. JFix is there. The only downside is the build quality is not amazing, and they're about £80, so about $100, about 90 odd euros. So they're not cheap. It reminds me very much of a man in a shed, sort of coming up with a good idea and building it and marketing it. So whether it's built small scale in China, I don't know, but yeah, it works exceptionally well for what I need it to do. I don't know. It was somebody we've come across, Andy. Just somebody we've come across. But we'll show you how it comes up. It has got the display on here, but we will just keep an eye on there because it's as broad as it's long for me. But what I will do is just set this. So I'll set this to 0, so it means it's not going to emulate any of the pins on here. And I think with it not emulating any of the pins, I haven't done it on this actually. I haven't actually done it on that. I don't know which one I set it to. James, seeing as you're in chat, quick question. If we set that to 0, does it just pass the entire current through? It won't, because obviously it'll be bypassing all the other ICs inside to emulate a manufacturer. So I've never done this one before. I've only ever used it on, because obviously this is MSI, so I don't need to, it's got a pin on it, but I don't need to emulate. So I'm not too sure. Should we give it a shot? And we'll get that plugged into there. So we're now plugged in. I will flick the power supply on, try and keep them both in shot. And got to ignore the little trickle of pre-charge up here. It's just that this box takes something, and that's why we're getting a little bit of a thing. Yeah, I wonder if we've got to set it a bit different then, because that at the moment isn't doing anything. So let's try it on that setting there. I've not used it on non... right, so I will. But you can use the screen amp meter. Yeah. I'm wondering then on this then whether I do need to emulate a centre pin, because it's not pulling any current. So I would say MSI is probably going to be closest to maybe Dell or HP. So let's see what HP does. So we'll just flick that down to HP. We'll flick HP onto middle ground just to give me some, and we'll turn it on. Yeah, it's still not doing it. I might need to go back to old-fashioned one anyway, because that's certainly not pulling any power draw. So do you know why it's probably not pulling any power draw? I mean, honestly, guys, I do this for a living. I honestly do this for a living. It's probably not pulling any power draw because I haven't plugged the other end of bloody cable in. Oh, dear me. Yeah, just pretend you didn't see that. Just pretend you... Let's just pretend. Let's just do a flashback and cut. You need to plug the other end in. Otherwise, it definitely don't get any power. Sorry, it's me rabbiting on into output. There we go. So we'll leave it on 0. And we'll plug that in take 2. Take 2. So I will now turn it on. And we've got power draw. There we go. So he's pulling an amp straight away. So I'm only using it on the MSI because it's the right pin. It's an HP pin, basically. But I've got that set to kind of pass through 0, so it's not emulating any pins. So it should see what exactly Donald didn't see a thing. Didn't see a thing. Just walk on by. Didn't see a thing on there. Right. So we'll just let that come to life. Just need to click on there. My fingers are freezing. Found on roadside dead. I take it this charger doesn't have the weird Lenovo tip. Yeah, it does. Oh, it doesn't have that weird. No. I don't know who was here when I was looking at that earlier. Guys, because we've got more people watching now. Just to point it out, I've got a Lenovo in, and we all know that this is the usual Lenovo one. Yeah, see if we can get that in focus. I have a laptop in today, which is Lenovo, and I'd never seen one. Phil said he'd seen one, which is that. So it looks like USB, but it's got a little bit of extra on, and it goes into an adapted USB socket on the side of the laptop, which is there. There's a little cutout on it, but the right next to a conventional one. But obviously the charger with it having that won't go into a conventional one, but a conventional USB will go into it, so it can still be used as a USB. So it's probably precursor to powering from USB-C sort of concept, that you're not losing a port or anything else. But yeah, strange one that. Oh, missed a few of your streams, Chill. I've missed a couple of him streams as well. I think it's at the time. Let's look at your tip. I only show it to a select few. So we've got decent current draw on this. I'm just going to let battery have a little bit of a drink. You have 72 pin pack like mine. Which 72 pin pack are you referring to, James? You mean all the tips? I've got hundreds. I've got hundreds. If you're referring to the different tips, and I still haven't got them all. I've still got some missing. Crazy. Where are you going to get one of those tips from? Defo not common one. Yeah, that one. I've never seen it, Mookie. Never seen it, Mookie. So there's nothing wrong with the charger, fortunately. That is a replacement charger, actually. Because I said to him, I said, good luck if that ever goes. He says, oh, no. Chris, who's one of the guys who works locally, he says he managed to find me one a couple of years back. Oh, okay. You have that one in your pack of tips? No, I've not got that one, James. Not got that one. I've got the standard Lenovo one, but not that silly USB cutout version. Never ever seen one before in my life. Never before. Battery must be charging well, because our current draw is dropping, as we can see, down there. Oh. Where are you going to get one of those tips from? I'm thinking, oh, every PC needs the repair of putting. Am I the only one that thinks almost every PC needs the repair of putting Linux on it? It makes you wonder, if we never adapted a point-and-click system with a GUI, whether we would actually have a computer like we've got today in mass market. Because if everyone had to use like a DOS or a command line process like Linux, to some degree, I know you get GUIs on them, where we'd do that. A yogurt charger. Well, I've got yogas. I've got a couple of chargers for yogas, and they are different to that one again. But that's Lenovo. They just mix and match, don't they? Mookie, should you be telling us something? I don't think that's a rumour. I think that's experience there, Mookie. Oh, somebody subscribed. I don't know who that is who subscribed, because it doesn't tell me on my screen. It doesn't tell me on my screen, but thank you, whoever that was. I don't know. Did that come up? It just says on Streamlabs, thanks, good buddy. But I don't know who subscribed. I was talking to James last night to try and figure out how to get this on. I have no idea. I don't know whether it says who's subscribed. But thank you so much, whoever that was. I do apologise. Pilates charger. My old Yoda took the yellow type, very confused. I subscribe. Oh, thank you, Donald. Thank you. Yeah, it shows up on stream chat, which is what I'm reading, obviously, as thanks, good buddy. So I know somebody's done it, but I want to see it if I'm looking at chat. I have got it set to show up on mainstream, and it should say, thank you very much, Donald, on this occasion for subscribing. And it should play a tune. It's not working. It's not working. Not working at all. And I have done so many different things to try and get it to work. But yeah, thank you so much. Very, very much appreciated, Donald. Anyway, let's get this open. I I need the post-it note where they give me the password. I'm just going to check the... I'm going to check. I'm trying to find the password, what the customer gave me. Did I leave it up here? I think I may have done. One of these things, because you've got to keep everything out of shot, is I tend to start putting things down and then forget where I've put them. I can remember the lady's name, and she wasn't called Nick, because that's not her name. So where did I put the post-it note with her? Oh, I know where I put it. I put it in the hard drive, what we're doing data recovery on. That's it. Right, I've got the passcode. So I'll grab a USB memory stick. We'll do a little bit of thermal testing on it. And then after the thermal testing, I'm just going to use, I can't show you this, obviously. I'll show you the test page when it comes up. I will try and get it up on screen as well. But I'm not too sure whether it'll come up on screen, because I'm having issues with OBS, obviously, as well. Ooh, Norton. So I'm just going to put my software on here, and then we can do a bit of testing. Customers reported that the the hard drive is overfilled as well, and it'll be a SSD, so that's not going to be good. That will cause issues, as we all know. Let's get the diagnostic software banged on the hard drive, then I can get my memory stick out, and then we'll get that booted, and we will see if we can get it on screen through OBS. I'm having OBS problems, going to try Streamlabs software instead of OBS. I'm having some issues with OBS ever since the update. I don't know whether I can be doing with trying to learn another system chill. Don't know whether I can be bothered. Oh, wait there. So somebody just messaged just to say their son's computer has just been upgraded with a new CPU, new GPU, new fans, new motherboard. However, it's running slower than before. Yes, we can look at. Tell you what, this. Just let me know when you wish to drop it off, and we can run tests and diagnostics. There you go. Sorry, I dictate the text messages coming back to that, and for some reason, I've got a missed call on WhatsApp. Don't really answer WhatsApp that often, but let me see who's messaged on here. Ah, same person. And I would imagine same person as just, don't know. Oh, wait there. I don't know. Somebody's messaged me on WhatsApp, but messaged me on my private number, which isn't in public domain, so I don't know who that is. Tom Morgan, good Happy New Year. Good Happy New Year. Running slower than before. That's Windows 11 for you. I would suspect with everything they've changed everything apart from hard drive. So I suspect it's probably a disk issue, and they probably thought, well, we'll upgrade. God, this is running so slow. We'll probably upgrade because it's running slow. And as we all know, just because you upgrade doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get a faster computer if you don't fix the source of the issue, which is probably the hard disk, because I'll guarantee it's probably either overfilled or old hard disk. People neglect hard disks, I think, all the time. It's one thing they do not look at changing if the computer turns on, no matter how slow it is. So I'm just going to eject my magic memory stick, which is done like so. Come on, eject, safe to remove. We'll get my magic memory stick out, and I will see then, as long as I can get into my diagnostics software and minimize that. I don't think we Right, we'll try and get this on OBS. So at least we've got a full screen and we can see what I'm doing. I don't know whether this will work because, again, guys, for whatever reason, it's just not been playing ball as OBS. Go to microscope and do all that screen there. Let's see if this gives me a picture. And it's not. Just a black screen. Just a black screen. That should be output into OBS. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to change the HDMI cable. I know that works because I've been using it, but let's just put a different HDMI cable in, just for argument's sake of eliminating that issue, and we will see if that makes any difference at all. So we will keep an eye on. There you go. It's the HDMI cable. So there's me saying there's nothing wrong with that HDMI cable, and clearly that HDMI cable is not well. So we will get that one thrown on the floor, thrown it at a monitor. So we have a bit of software on here we're going to run. We'll run very fast on Linux. It certainly will. Anything on Linux runs really quick, doesn't it? So we're pretty good on that. Running slow before, that's Windows 11 for you. Microslop. Yeah, iCable, definitely the cable. So I'm just going to do a couple of tests just to start with. Not that one. I know this isn't as exciting as this. I just need to see we've got a baseline for hardware, and we'll just get some temperatures building up, see if it crashes. I think we will find that the hard drive, you can see how slow it is to respond. I think we'll hi, comma. No, just need the desktop or laptop. Please remove all cables and any USB devices that you have, and then just let me know when you wish to drop it off. Sorry guys, I was just, again, dictating a text message. 99, ooh, I bet that's a nondescript hard thing, because it's detecting that, so it's hardly had any use, this, at all. I think the issue with this is just because it is overfilled, it's well into the red, is the drive. So it'll just be struggling to move stuff around, and then it'll be heating up and things like that, even though the disk wasn't running too bad at all. Let's just do a quick 1 gig test run on here. It's usually QDEP3, QDEP4, which is your bottom 2 ones on there. Pitco! Morning, Pitco. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. That's performing okay, that disc. It's probably where it is. I mean, it's a 3,500 bus on there, isn't it? So to come back at just sort of 34 with a bit of overhead, that's doing really well. Doing really, really well. Do you know how busy I was this morning? I only got time for a glass of water. I am liking this new power supply that I bought, guys, before Christmas. I'm really liking this. I don't know, Chill, if you've had any joy with yours yet, but I am really liking it. It's super, super quiet. Apart from the fact that everything's got to be controlled with a mouse once it connects to OBS, which is a bit of a pain rather than the unit which just sits above my head. So I've then got to look over and everything else. That's the big pain. So we'll take a couple of baseline results on there, but I think as long as this comes back okay, we'll bang a thermal test on it quickly. We'll see what temperatures are. She did say that it was shutting down under heat, and her husband had opened it and said the fan was all bunged up with hair, cleaned all the hair out, but it was still shutting down. So it probably might just be that write speed is horrendous. That write speed is horrendous. That's clearly not. I won't use that mouse, so don't do that. Let me just go on to see if it's getting wham. Yeah, that write speed's not clever. Oh. Q depth 4, write speed 210, read speed 44. That write speed on there is not good. 41 degrees, so it's not particularly hot, is it? Yeah, it does. I think for... sorry, 1 second, guys. Let me respond to this customer again. Let me know when coming. Right, they're going to drop that one off today. That might be an interesting one for stream as well. That was like a thing. Yeah, the read write, the indexing will save a fair bit, but it shouldn't make that significant difference on read to write difference in performance. I mean, that were a tenth. That were a tenth of what it should really be. I mean, I would expect write to be a little bit slower than read, as it is on quite a lot of drives. But if it's doing that, that's usually a controller issue rather than an NAND issue from experience. I'm sure somebody will correct me in chat if I'm wrong, and please do so. But some of that could be because the disk is overfilled as well, and it's just not being able to move stuff out. That's why I'm doing it on a smaller sample. To do that. That's better. It's coming up there. I think it was probably down to drive being so full. If they all come back at around, I mean, next one I would anticipate somewhere around 700-800. I would have thought. If you kind of pro rata it back, yeah, there you go. So about 900. This one should be probably about 280 to 300. I would have thought. Oh bless him, one of my neighbours is bringing me bin in for me. And then bottom one, I would have thought around 30. On there, so yeah, 340 on there. I think disk is fine. I think what it is, it's just because it's full, and with the 1 GB one, it was just struggling to do what it was doing. But temperature's not getting hot either, so we can see temperatures pretty much okay. We'll just do a refresh. There you go, 44 degrees. So it's not overheating on that. That's quite a big disparity. I would imagine it's filling cache up on that one. So I am happy that that is where it is. So let us just bang. Let us do 2. Let's bang Furmark on. Because we like furry donuts, don't we? And we'll just run a Furmark just to see how warm it is getting, because obviously this will push it. So we'll put it on the stress test. Yes, we're happy with that. Make that, probably can't see it on your screen, guys, it might be a little bit small. So we've now got it warmed up, so we'll do a benchmark, and we'll do one of those benchmarks. There we go. So ooh. Tell you what, it doesn't like there to look at the FPS. The FPS is really poor. Not got a graphics card highlighted. That's interesting. Gaming laptop with no graphics card. Tell me it was a gaming laptop, this. Am I just assuming? Falcon! Falcon, Falcon. Ah, not got a dedicated card. It is just Intel graphics. Morning, Michael. Morning, Falcon, and anyone else. They did change chips in a lot of drives last few years. WD Blue SSD to keep read speeds, but a lot lower write speeds. Ah, is that why? I noticed when cloning drives, what should have been 45 minutes took 4.5 hours on a clone. I mean, the Windows XP one I did yesterday, which was I think it was 160 gigabyte mechanical drive to just an SSD. That took me about 45-50 minutes, something like that. It got stuck at 14 minutes on clone, but I cloned it through Linux, not Windows. Whether that's reduced the overhead, I don't know. It's an APU, yeah, Donald. It's an APU. With it telling me it were a gaming one, and it were an MSI, I wrongly assumed rather than presume. I had to look up the difference between assume and presume. So I assumed it was that rather than presume.
And when the doctor said I didn't have worms anymore, that was the happiest day of my life.
Thank you, Ralph. Very great.
That must be worms. Oh, no, not falcon. Naughty, naughty, very naughty. I don't think falcons come up because you probably did it a little bit too soon.
PCDD, you little shit.
That one's come up, though. Morning, worms. Morning, falcon. Morning. Oh, morning, cows. Morning, cows. You still owe me that tenner, cows. What we agreed on stream. Oh, dear me. Morning, cows.
PCDD, you little shit.
I just, do you know what? The level of abuse is astonishing. I'm a little shit though. Was anybody on stream yesterday actually, Falcon? I've got a bone to pick with you. I've got a bone to pick with you. Timing me out yesterday on Andy's stream. Hold on a minute. Oh, timing me out on Andy's stream yesterday. Was it? I think it was Falcon. Can't believe that. As I was annoying Andy. I started texting him then. Because Falcon, if anybody weren't on Andy's stream yesterday, I kept deleting messages. Well, Andy didn't like that. So Falcon, like a good little soldier, timed me out for 5 minutes. So I logged on with 3 alternate accounts, so I kept getting timed out. So they timed me out, so I started texting Andy on his mobile instead. There's always a way. Oh, hey, thanks for subscribing, Lyndon AG. I've got that. Did that come through on screen, guys? I don't know whether that came through on stream. I don't know why that suddenly come through. But hey, Lyndon, thank you very, very much. If that didn't come through on stream, thank you very much for the subscription on the one. Yeah, I was annoying Andy a little bit on there. Just joined late, just returned, but I don't know why you got timed out. I was Andy. I think Andy said stop. Everyone stop doing the messages, retracting the messages. So I retracted several messages, let's just say, yeah. So I got timed. It was all in good fun. To do that. So I'm just going to run. I need to get a license for this. Somebody was telling me yesterday that I should really buy a license. I don't really use this, but I've used it a couple of times on stream this week. So I'm going to have to invest in. There we go. Hot cows retracting light. You'll get timed out. Falcons about. Well, worms is about. Hey up, Sai. Hello, Sai. Good. Good. Happy New. Good. I keep saying good. Happy New Year, Sai. Happy New Year.
That was the happiest day of my life.
Thank you, Ralph. Very great.
I am very sorry to everybody with headphones. Very, very sorry for everybody with headphones. That's Falcon, by the way. If nobody's met Falcon, that is Falcon, by the way, who has done that. So let's just get a CPU, and I'm going to do a CPU first because I want to see if it's CPU heat related rather than that. You did issue a warning. You did, and then I got my alternate account blocked, and then I got my alternate account blocked. And I think I got my alternate account blocked. So then I went on to WhatsApp, which was that. But that's how if anyone doesn't know the story, reason why I get called exclamation ship is that Andy, bless him, love Andy to bits. He kept getting repeated text messages from a customer saying, "I'm on my way down. I'll come and collect." Well, I'm just I can't pull up in the drive. Oh, that's interesting. I presume. Now, I assume, I need to get that right, I assume this is the other customer coming to drop off. Yes, it is. He's got a desktop in his hand. Just give me a couple of ticks, guys. I'll put you on face cam, and I'll just get this customer.
PCDD, you little shit.
Yeah, got a little
Yeah, got a little. Yeah, got a little. PCDD, you little shit. Yeah, got a little.
Right, so this one, chat, guys, just put that one in there. Story behind this one is he's had a load of new parts for Christmas. They've taken it to somebody local to rebuild it, and whoever's rebuilt it has had to drill the motherboard out of the case because the screws have been rounded. Right, well, I've never come across an instance where I've had to drill every screw out of the case. So, Carthor! Exclamation Carthor. Yeah, I've never come across one. So I can only presume that whoever has done that hasn't been as skilled a technician or as careful as they should be, because you shouldn't be taking a power drill to a motherboard to get it out of case. Because what it should do, you should be using screw retractors, or just put a bloody rubber band on it and screw it out like that. But anyway, he's had to drill them all out. Now the computer's not running very well, so crazy. Depends if you can lip read. This stream is about as interesting as losing the internet now. Sorry, Mookie. Sigh. She did understand a lot, but she did get a little bit overwhelmed. So sorry. That is my last drop off today. I am back into doing more interesting stuff on here. You can put chat below if I move to portrait mode. Mookie. Yeah, sorry guys. It's just one of those things when you work for yourself. We've got customers coming out that I've got nothing to work on. I've got nothing to show you. But the good news is this power cycle has been working, and it's only up to 59 degrees if you look, and it's been working for 12 minutes. 59 degrees. It's only pulling 15 watts power, 100% usage. RAM's stacking up. This ain't got an overheating problem at all. This has not got an overheating problem at all. The fan is spinning. The fan is cooling. So we will pop the back off and have a look. But I don't think this has got a heat problem at all. 61 degrees. Oh no, not again, Falcon. Not again, Falcon. You put me subscribers off, Falcon. You put me subscribers off. There we go. We'll just shut this down. We'll pop the back off and you might get a timeout, Falcon. Get my own back for you. That's the thing to remember. No. Yeah, I can't do much about when people come, guys. So yeah, I do apologise again, but we all have bills to pay, and without them turning up. By the way, guys, anybody who missed it, I'm just going to show you this. I have been playing around with my microscope. If I put, let me change to microscope on that button there. So I've put on the microscope. If you look now, obviously we've got microscope on screen, but I've got the here. I've mounted a thermal camera to the microscope, a bit like Uncle Soren's got. So we've permanently got that. I have still got my big thermal camera as well, but I thought that'd just be a nicety. So if you're wondering on that shot there what that is now the thermal camera on the microscope, just so we can see what's what. Just make it a bit easier to pull things in and out on there as well. Oh, we'll get that done. I love the Command Falcon. Worms, don't go encouraging him. Don't go encouraging him, Worms. You two partners in crime, just because you're gaming buddies. I know your game. Your secret spies sent from Sweden Egg Rolls stream to infiltrate, aren't you? Is this Falcon's working? I don't know if it's working. I ain't heard it come up. Naughty, naughty, very naughty. So we'll set this off. We'll have a look in the back. And we'll see where we go on here. Get that in the middle of the screen. If you're wondering what the very top right hand corner is, that's the multimeter. I just haven't got it for anybody who is new to the stream. That's the 01 multimeter, which I will connect just so we haven't got a blank part on the screen. So I like it a little bit uniform on here. Click there, done. It's gone and crashed. Wonderful. You stupid computer. Control, connect, via USB. This would be so much easier if it did it automatically. No, it's not playing ball, so we'll ignore that. We'll ignore that. Oh, I thought there was somebody else here, but it's not. So all screws out. Let's pop the back off and have a look. EDM. Good morning, EDM. EDM Guru, not Ed Maguru. We've got EDM Guru, not Ed. I'm remembering. Oh, you heard naughty, naughty. Thank you. I can't. Some of them, for whatever reason, even though I've set them all exactly the same, is more Mr. C the Shaman. Oh yes, yes. Naughty, naughty, very naughty. Ebenezer Gunn, you know what I mean? Tearing up the scene. One of those. Oh, that's a nice looking laptop inside, isn't it? Not too hard at weight at all, if I'm being truthful on there. Looks really, really good. Really, really good. So, yeah, nice thing. I do suspect that might be some of the issue with it shutting down. I don't think it's a thermal issue. Don't think it's the thermal issue at all, because we've seen that it's just not getting hot. It has got the onboard RAM, which is sitting here, obviously. So we are aware that that is some of the issue. But no, I don't think there's anything in there. Tell you what we'll do, we'll give it a power on. We'll give it a power up and we will have a look under the thermal just to see if anything else is jumping out. But I don't think we're going to have an issue with this in any way, shape or form. See if I can just put that around there. It's a longer HDMI cable that I've put on now, so it's going to get in my way. Pulling 2.6 or 0.6 of an amp, 200 milliamps, sorry, and we'll just post it. We'll see how well the thermal camera actually works. I know we're looking through a microscope. It's a thermal camera. I should actually. That is the thermal cam. It's wrong orientation, I will say, but we can see the RAM here. So it might have a problem with onboard RAM. That's just an inductor, and we've got the that's a charging IC down there. So yeah, it's pulling 1.4 amps. There's nothing on there which is jumping out as excessively warm. This is the that's the hard drive, so that's the controller there. This is the Thermal Master P1 camera. I do like this. Do you know? I think it'll add so much now we're working under here as opposed to the handheld one, which has better resolution. But the little Thermal Master P1, $100, guys. It's $100 or $120, and there's a 10% voucher in the description of any of the Thermal Master products. So if you're looking at the P1, P2, P3, or the Thor, or any other stuff, or even hunting ones and everything, because they do hunting ones for outdoor, you get 10% off it with voucher in the description. So, and they throw me about $4 or $5 for doing that, but you get 10% off, which, you know, is 10 quid, $10, whatever, and I earn a $5 for it. So hey, it's what it is. Don't charge you for this, looking at this every day. Anyway, guys, I like that camera. I do like that. I don't think there's an issue with this at all. It's not getting warm. It's nice and cool. Very good, but proxy OBS software been giving me grief. Mine's exactly the same. Get used to onboard now. We're in rage mate times. Onboard RAM, yeah. it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse with onboard RAM. Certainly with cheaper laptops, because as we all know, this isn't so bad, but some of the cheap HPs, the board actually works as structure for the case. So people picking the laptop up with the corner like that, it's causing the board to flex, which is causing certainly the RAM to pop off the board. We're going to get so much more things. I think somebody just liked or subscribed then, so I'm not sure who that is. So thank you very, 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 very much, whoever that was who hit the like or subscribe button there, guys. Thank you so much. It doesn't always show me on stream. It just says, thanks, good buddy, in my chat on there. So thank you so much, whoever that was. Electro Rep, you got to your 1,000 yesterday, Electro. I did subscribe with all my accounts for you. On there, so well done. Congratulations, Electro. Thank you so much. I'm chasing 350 subscribers. I'm on 332. I was on 300 for the charity stream 21st December, so I've managed to get there. So yeah, well done on yours. Well done, Electro. If anybody doesn't know who Electro Rep is, he has morning Aussie. He does electronic repairs as well, so please check him out as well, guys. He's just broke the 1,000 subscriber barrier. There's a lot of people in a chill and relax. There's another one if you're into your retro stuff or general stuff as well. Look at him. If you want to blow Christmas trees up in capacitors, check out Carthor. So yeah, Electro, well done on that. Check him out, guys. Really good channel on there. And so on. So guys, I don't think this is that. I think we will find that the random shutdown is down to hard drive, because it is running incredibly slow. So I don't think it's that. I don't think it's a RAM issue, because we stress tested it for 10-12 minutes on RAM and CPU. It was getting up to temperature. We've tested GPU, which is an APU, not a GPU. It's definitely not an issue with that. So I'm just going to shut the computer down. And 60 volt Carthor, 60 volts. Just going to shut. Oops. No, we don't want to restart. We want to shut down. Don't restart. Don't restart. Shut down anyway. There we go. And then at least we can just take that fan off and just make sure it is clean and working as it should. But 59 degrees under full load ain't warm at all. But it was only pulling 14 watts of power, so you wouldn't expect it to get too warm anyway. Wouldn't expect it to get too warm at all. So, oh. Whoever that was who just hit the like button, thank you so much for hitting the like button. Or was it a subscriber? I'm not too sure. But thank you so much for that. Again, I can't see it on screen. It's only coming up on my chat on there. So we will get the battery out of here just to make it nice and safe. So I'm not going to blow things up, because that is not, well, it's fun sometimes for people watching, but not fun for me when I've got a... I don't think I've ever actually blown anything up. I remember fitting a battery for a customer. He got a battery sent to him under warranty. I can't remember what make a laptop it was. It was an internal one like this, and I think it was Scan Computers who contacted me and said, "Will you fit his battery for him? Because he's local to you." I went, "Yeah, not a problem at all. Send him down. I'll fit his battery." So all I did, I took the back off like this, disconnected it, discharged everything else, plugged his new battery in. As soon as I plugged his battery in, we got magic smoke from the board. He was stood next to me, thankfully, and I went, well, that's not good. Pulls it out, blow. Yeah, that's not good. I can't even remember now what it had blown, but it had basically stopped it working to that degree. I'll just take that out. Unfortunately, we stood next to me, so I contacted Scan and went, this battery you've sent me must be an issue with the battery, because no, it was a genuine battery. It's been sent from Scan, so it was a manufacturer battery as well, because they paid me under their warranty system, because I used to do warranty work. I think it was Scan. What was it? What's that one? Which not eBuyer? Sure, it was Scan, because I'm sure I've done stuff for eBuyer as well. Sure, I'm almost positive it was Scan Computers that I did it for on that one, or was it CCL? Could be CCL. That's the other one which is ringing a bell with me, was CCL computers. That could have been it. I've done it for a few. I don't do it any longer because A, they don't want to pay money, and when they do, they just take an eternity to pay. So you end up spending more time chasing payment than you do doing job. Because you get through to some accounts person who'll go, yeah, it's in queue for payment. And I'll go, well, you need to pay me. I've done work. You know, Asda don't let me out at shop unless I pay for food. So pay me. Otherwise, I'm going to get upset. That's a bit dry. A little bit dry, so we'll give that a clean down. We'll get the scraper on it. Scrape some of this crud off. Ooh, that's very, very hard. Got a new scraper. When did I smash the watch? Are you referring to mine? It's very, very smashed. It's only the protector, in fairness. It's only the protector which is smashed. The actual screen is fine. I have got other things. The watch itself is fine. I tend to leave the same whatchamacallit on until it kind of starts thingy bobbing. I mean, my phone. The phone case, I don't know if you can see, this is a whatever Pro Max 17, new one. I put that chip in there the same day as I put the protector on. So I was quite thankful. I got the phone, put the protector on, put the phone in my pocket, and cracked it on the car keys. So yeah, so I'll leave that on again until it starts shattering. I have got other ones to do on that. Do you know what? My first Apple Watch I bought off Facebook Marketplace. There was a lad selling one, and it probably was not I think it was the third generation. I've got to have it cracked, haven't you? Got to have it cracked. It was the third generation iWatch, I think it was. Anyway, he'd got it up on Facebook Marketplace, and I think he'd got it up at something like 120 quid. And I'm like, it's got a small crack on screen. I'll have a go at replacing it. Blah 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 blah. So the small crack was probably, I mean, nowhere near as bad as I've got. It was a small crack down here, right on the corner of the actual screen itself. So I said, look, I'll buy it, but I'll give you 70 quid, I think it was, or something like that. Can't remember what it was. It was a cheeky offer. And he went, yeah, all right. I went, well, you'll have to deliver it. So he drove, I don't know, 30 minutes, delivered it, and watch we find there were a box and everything with it, no problem at all, and did it. And I thought, I'll have a go at replacing the screen myself. So I looked at replacing this screen, and I couldn't do it. I could not do the screen at all. I don't know if anybody's ever attempted a screen replacement on an iWatch. I don't know how hard they are now, but back then they were damn tricky, and I think they're still pretty tricky now. So I couldn't do it. I took old one off, and I thought, hey, this is more hassle than it's going to be worth. So I contacted Apple, and I said, Mr. Apple, battery's going flat on my watch. And they went, okay, it shouldn't be doing that. We'll cover it under warranty. Can you describe the watch? I went, yeah, blah, 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 blah. It's small crack on screen. Oh, we won't do it. I went, well, why won't you do it? It's got a small crack on screen, but that's nothing to do with battery life. Battery life's a separate thing. So I had this lengthy argument with them, which lasted a couple of weeks, which onto their customer service. And I said, but your battery is insignificant to the crack on the screen. Well, we can't replace your battery because when we take the screen off, it'll break the screen. I went, well, that's not my problem. If you're telling me there's a problem with battery and you're replacing battery under warranty, you should be replacing the battery under warranty. It's not my problem that you can't replace it without damaging the screen further. So anyway, they agreed reluctantly for me to send it off to him. So I don't know if you've ever sent anything off to Apple. They send you a beautiful custom designed packaging. Well, they did back then, don't know if they still do, specially designed for iWatch. So you take your iWatch out of the protective, you take your strap off your iWatch, you put it in this thing, and it's like a box which kind of opens up. You put your watch in a square cardboard thing, and then you put the lid back down, and it puts cellophane over it, and it kind of then suspends it in cellophane in this thing. So it's a bit like 3D how it holds it. Really, really clever. And then you put it in a UPS bag and drop it off at your local UPS collection area, which is just a local shop near me. So I did all that. How long will it take? Well, we'll get the watch back and we'll get that sorted. You're looking at a couple of weeks. Anyway, a couple of weeks went, a couple of weeks passed, everything else, and not heard out. So I contacted him. I says, where's me watch? Where's me watch? Oh, we've received it, but there's an issue with watch. I went, well, you knew it had a cracked screen already. So what's the issue? Well, we're just looking into it. We have received it. We're just looking into it. Okay. So no, it gets better than that, cows. It gets better than that. So it all went quiet. So you rings back and complains again where it is, and you get frustrated because you end up talking to the same or different people at the same story, and they're all really happy to help you, but none of them really want to help you because none of them have the empowerment to help. So I'm going, just send me it back. I want it back. Give me it back. I want my watch. Send me it back. Undone. If you don't want to do that for whatever reason, just send me it back. Well, we can't send you it back because it's gone missing. I went, how do you mean? How do you mean it's gone missing? How do you mean it's gone missing? You've received it. Where's it gone? Well, it looks like it was never in packaging. But you told me you'd received it. You told me you checked it in and you were working on it because that were part of emails. Yeah, it turns out that it weren't in the packaging, so we never received it. It looks like it's probably gone missing somewhere, so we're investigating it with the courier. Fast forward a couple more weeks, and what had happened is the bag of the courier had been cut at the bottom and retaped back up, I think they said. And so they ended up sending me a brand new watch, but you only just get the watch, you don't get the strap or anything like that. You just get a watch in. They must do it all the time because you just get the watch in a proper watch box, but it's not like the big elongated watch box where you buy it with strap and everything. It's just an iWatch in an iWatch box. Really, really bizarre. I've not seen one before. So they sent me this new thing. So they contacted me after this and went, we'd like to make it right and offer you some goodwill. You can choose something off the Apple website. So I said, well, I'll have a MacBook Pro. Oh no, you can only have it to, I think, $500 or something like that. I says, I'll have one of them. They brought a speaker system out where it was a bit like Alexa sort of thing. You talked to Siri and it played music. Was it an Apple Studio or something like that? But basically, they won't let me have one of them. They wanted to give me some AirPods. And I went, I don't really want any AirPods. I just bought myself some Sony WXM 5s or whatever they were, noise cancelling ones. I said, I've got no need for them at all. So we settled on some Bose. Well, first one I went, well, I'll have a Bose Bluetooth speaker. You can't have that; it's too expensive. So I think it were £599 or something, dollars or something. I don't know. I can't remember now. So well, there's nothing else on there I want. What about a discount off an iPad or anything like that? Will you do that? No, we won't do that. It's got to be something off the website. So and I went, well, there's no to want. So they ended up sending me this Bluetooth Bose speaker, and I can't remember which model it was. So I ended up with a brand new. Bearing in mind, I bought this watch second hand. They knew I'd bought it second hand as well. So I ended up with a brand new Bose Bluetooth speaker and a new Apple Watch, all because it had gone missing in transit. Probably, I don't know. I'm not saying it was courier, but yeah, we all have suspicions on where it probably went. But yeah, it looked like it might have been courier or the delivery shop, or it could have been. I don't think it were anybody at Apple because they wanted to tape the bag back up. But yeah, probably courier or something like that. So they did me a favour, really, in the end of doing that. All right, we've took a bit of cat remains out of there. Not a great deal, I would say. And we're pretty much okay, and that's clean now. So we'll get this put back together, fresh thermal paste, and we will put this on, see what it is. So yeah, that was my first venture with an Apple Watch. So quite a pleasant one. I ended up with a new Apple Watch. It weren't new model, it was the same model, I will stress. I think there was a new model out. It weren't like they upgraded me either, but it was still brand new. I got a and they went, oh, there'll be a 3-month warranty on it. I went, well, it's a new product, shouldn't there be a 12-month warranty? So we agreed a 6-month warranty, but no else went wrong with it anyway, as generally they don't. And I think I ended up selling it when I bought, because I think this is my 3rd or 4th Apple Watch now. This isn't a new one. It's about 4 years old, this one, because I never think with Apple Watches there's much point in updating. I don't know what you guys think. Do you reckon there's much point if anyone's got an Apple Watch? I think smartwatches don't offer that much advancement, but I don't think phones have in the last sort of 5 or 6 years either. I don't think they offer too much advancement. I mean, this is it 17, which is the latest one out, whatever it is. I had a Pro Max, I had a 13 Pro Max before, and I've gone to whatever the latest one is, Pro Max. And it's mainly for form factor rather than anything else, I will stress. I just like the larger form factor. But I think this is probably the worst experience that I've had with any Apple product in all time I've had Apple. It's been terrible. The OS and the transition has been, and I know I've mentioned this on stream as well, it's just not been a good experience. I think the operating system today on iOS is clunky and bug ridden. It is so broken compared to what the previous version of the iOS was, and I'm on the iOS 26. It's just been crap. The only way to describe it. If this was my first experience with Apple, I would not be buying another Apple product, let's be like that. And it's only because I'm a bit loyal to Apple that I did that. My youngest got an iPhone SE years ago, now second-hand off her teacher. It took it into the shop for a battery, they changed it, it wouldn't work anymore, so they had to give her a new phone. Not as good, but yeah, that's still decent though, isn't it? Still decent with that one. Still getting a new phone. I have heard that with Apple before though, where they've done that. They don't actually give you a new product. It's a recon product, isn't it? If you send a lot of stuff back to Apple and they send you something, it's because it's a refurb product. A lot of manufacturers do the same though, don't they? To that extent, they do that. So guys, we are probably not too far away from retesting this now. It's back together. I'm not that keen on how that goes down there. I mean, it's just a bit, like, definitely over the top. See what I mean? It's just a bit, ugh. It's like they've thought, oh, sugar, where do we need to put this cable? We'll just stick it there and not actually locate it anywhere. It's like this one here is just a bit the same. I don't know. It just seems a bit poor, does that? But hey, it's what it is. That's where it was. That's where it's going back. That's where it locates in here. So there's no other place for it. We will turn this over, put the cover on. So it's got the same thing. Not trapping any cables. Click it down. There we go. And we'll work his way around there. Just pulling it together. That's better. We'll get some screws back in. Yeah, is anybody else on iOS? Has anybody else had an experience with latest one? Yeah, refurb. Actually thinking about it, I have the phone somewhere. Not a hoard, honestly. I can't remember who I was talking to yesterday. It was a customer on the phone, and we were on about different things. I says, well, my problem is I tend to, rather than throwing things away, I tend to keep things because I don't want to throw them away or sell them, tech things. And they just accumulate dust, and then they're worth nothing at the end of the day. And I try and get into the habit of thinking, I need to sell this now. I know I've lost £200, let's say, but if I keep it, I'll lose all the value of the item, but I still end up keeping it. I mean, I've got that 3070 Ti sat up there, which I keep meaning to put on eBay and sell. It's been sat up there 10 months. You know, I had a 3090 which was sat for about a year before I actually sold it, and I obviously lost money on things like that, and they're just two products that are coming to mind, let alone anything else. But phones, it's the same. I do the same with telephones. I tend to keep, I have got an iWatch upstairs, and I've got a have we got a current draw? Yeah, 0.2, 0.3. Come on, give me some current draw. Yep, we've got a current draw, 1 amp. So I'm same. A lot of mine's not broken. I got a lot of Apple stuff in my house, but I'm not a fan of Apple. Yeah. No Apple in. You've got no Apple at all in your house. My iPod is enough trouble. Apple equals bin. No, hate Apple. I just can't bring myself to Android. I just can't. I've used Android. Daughter had an Android phone. I'll give her my old 13 Pro Max, which she loves. But I mean, it were a cheap, terrible Android what she had. I'm just going to log this back in, guys, and then we'll get back on. We'll get back on big screen for this. Do a bit more thermal testing. Password is that. Excellent. Yeah, she's loving the new Apple device, but I think that's because it's a massive jump from hers were a basic £50 Android phone rather than anything too special. So it was a big jump for her going on to that. Let's see if we can get this back on screen. There we go, back on screen. So let's just do the OCCT thing. But yeah, I've always liked Apple because it's just worked. The build quality was over-engineered, it was nice, it felt sturdy, it felt premium, and the operating system felt polished. The product itself still feels premium to me. It still feels sturdy, still feels well built. I think it's well overpriced. I will stress that. I think it's well overpriced. But the operating system is the thing you use daily, and that's what's really lacking. Last iPhone I had was a work iPhone 4. I had an iPhone 4. Yeah, the square one, that weren't it, when they came with sharp corners. Wow, the 3090 are still going for quite a bit on eBay. I think I ended up selling mine on Facebook Marketplace. 350 quid, I think, 450 quid, something like that. I sold it cheap because it was just sat around, which is what I tend to do. I tend to then just say, I need to get rid of some stuff, so I just put it on to sell rather than anything else. We'll start this off on a mousepad's a bit clicky. I have an Apple Mac Mini, older MacBook Pro, but don't use junk unless I need to fix anything up. We're getting Snow Leopard working on a HP SS small form factor at the moment. Wow, Atom PC work better than XP. Yeah, top days. Yeah, I've got a MacBook Pro. I've got a couple of iPads and the Mac Mini. An iPhone and an iPod, but I'm not an Apple person. The other stuff never gets turned on. iPhone I do use daily. We have dropped a little bit on temperature. You probably can't see that because my face is in the way. So I'll just drop it over there. So we have dropped a little bit on temperature there. As you can see, we're down to 54 degrees from 59. So and it's I think the clock speed's a little bit more. So it has cooled it down a little bit, about 5 degrees. Yeah, Wi-Fi with Hackintosh. I left Apple at iPhone 6 SE for new Huawei P30 Pro, which I had for years until my daughter gave me her Samsung Galaxy Note 2. The P30 is now my overhead camera. Oh, is that what you use, cows? Do you know what? Cameras are brilliant. I will say that the camera on the iPhone, certainly the camera what you take pictures with, not the face one, is amazing. The camera quality on it is stunning. And if you read some of the reviews, they say it's probably the best one out there on any smartphone today. Do I really need that in my pocket? Probably not, because that's reality. it's a lot of point and click. I got rid of my DSLRs years and years and years ago. So yeah, I don't really have the need or necessity for that now. Again, I think this, I mean, it's only been running a couple of minutes. Temperature is creeping up, but creeping up slowly. I think it'll plateau out at 58, 59 degrees. So yeah, probably where it was before. I don't think there's an issue with this. I think it will be more a case of turn that one off, come back to all. Yeah, I'm just going to remove the software that I have put on because we don't want to be leaving that on, do it? Because it's just, I mean, look at it, just deleting, so sluggish. It's all right when it's going, but just try and get to it. It's a bit, I do think it's the drive which is causing the issue. So we'll just get rid of some apps on here, what I've installed, and then I can shut the computer down. We can move on to the next one. Date installed. Should have two things. Firmark, uninstall. The other thing as well, moving to Android, because phones are so expensive, I'm worried that because I had a pal who did it, and it was like, yeah, I'm going to move to it because I got it on offer, and then he regretted it as soon as he moved to it. And I think I've had an Apple for so long, if I move to Android, it would just feel bad, no matter what. It would take me some getting used to. And I don't know whether, even though Apple, to me, at the moment is really, really bad and buggy, whether I'd really want to go down that route of trying to put up with and learn another OS. I don't know. Don't know that. Right, so I'm going to put this one to one side, and we will speak to the customer about that. So we have the one which has just come in, which is, turn that off, unplug them, which is the one where they have drilled the motherboard out and had it built. So what we will be doing with that one is we'll be taking it to pieces and rebuilding it. So should we do that one? Do you fancy that? A rebuild, a full strip down and rebuild of a desktop? Do you fancy that, chat? Other than that, it's just a couple of software issues which aren't always the most exciting other to do on stream. So should we do the full rebuild? Arctic Thermal Paste MX6 Pro, it seems a little better on CPU. I've got some MX4 and MX5. I think I've mentioned it on stream a couple of times that because I fit a lot of coolers, desktop coolers, you do end up with an abundance of thermal paste from the coolers. So I have got some Corsair stuff. I've got some Thermal Grizzly stuff. I have got some MX4 as well. I tend to use the cheap stuff for testing. I have got some MX6. Tell a lie. I have got some MX6 there as well. Little tuber MX6. I really don't, and Thermalright, I fit a load of these Thermalright coolers. If anybody's wanting a good air cooler which performs as well as, if not better than, some water coolers, the Thermalright Peerless Assassin, amazing cooler, less than £40 to buy. It is a brilliant cooler. I've got it in my system, and it cools my 9850 X3D under load to about 70 degrees under load. Brilliant cooler, brilliant cooler. But no, I don't really compare thermal compounds too much, chill. They all seem to do a job, and unless you're really pushing it to nth degree, I never really see that much of a difference on them. Clean my brush a little bit because it is a little bit dirty. I would cleaning things up with that. I'll tell you what I will do. I'm going to take this controller to pieces because we all like a bit of a controller action, don't we? Yep. I need to see if I can charge the battery in it just to get this working a little bit. It did take a while, but I was getting bugged by the increased amount of control taken away with me music sharing Bluetooth locked to certain devices. Oh, see you later, Mookie. Enjoy your Pilates and planking. Save it till I've done. Mr. Swindon just gone live. Has it? Oh, was Andy just gone live? Yeah, I'm. Oh, it is. God, it's 11 o'clock already. It's 11 o'clock already. Crikey. Crikey. Crikey, 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 crikey. Well, guys, I'll tell you what we'll do, if you want, because Andy's just gone live, and I was only going to do it until 11 because I have got lots of stuff. We'll call it a day on here because I've got a desktop to do and things like that. I'm probably going to be streaming. Is it Thursday today? I might try and stream tomorrow morning as well. Jump on for a few hours in the morning, and then next week I will jump on maybe some in the evenings as well. I generally try and do evening streams week about, and then day streams. So it just kind of mixes it up for everybody, and maybe a couple of day streams and a couple of evening streams next week as well, just to mix it up. But it all does depend on what's coming through the door as well with it, because obviously if there's only boring stuff coming through, there's not much point me showing you a Windows install 5 times a day, and that's live. But yeah, so if we all jump over to Andy's stream, I can't send you over, guys, but if anybody doesn't know who Andy is, just look up Swindon Electronic Repairs and have a look at him, and he's just gone live. So it'll be a nice influx of people coming across if you want to jump over there, guys. Very much thank you very much for joining me this morning. Really do appreciate everybody who's inputted, everybody who's liked and hit that like button, and certainly everybody who's subscribed as well. Thank you so much. I am chasing a target.
That was the happiest day of my life.
Thank you, Ralph. Very great.
Thanks for that, Worms. I'm chasing a target of 350, and I am on 333. I cannot express how much gratitude, and I really do appreciate every single last person who's hit that button on like or subscribe. So thank you so much. But yeah, jump over to Andy's stream, guys. I'll drop into chat and I'll get some other bits and bobs done, and we will catch either tomorrow or certainly next week one day, or in other people's chat. Take care, guys. Have a good day. Take it steady and have a good day. See you later, guys. Bye bye.